Hello everyone, welcome to the Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. This is kind of loud actually. Hold on, let me adjust this really quick. I don't know how loud this is going to be. Oh. That's good. Alright, so this is the Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. Now, I started one of these for the PSP ages ago. I don't remember which one, because it was actually my mother's game that I was borrowing at the time. This was 15, I want to say 15 or 14 years ago. And I've always wanted to actually play the series, but they're all on, well, most of them are on Steam now, so here we are. Now, I know this is a very long, drawn-out game. The reason why I'm playing such a long, extended single-player experience is because this will allow me to catch up with some of the other single-player experiences I've been going through. Of course, we have the multiple routes of Langrisser that I'm working on setting up in the background. And then we've got possibly Sea Salt, if that comes up with anything. And then we also have Ys Origins. But while I'm working on all those behind the scenes and stuff, I can play this actively, because this should be one theoretic playthrough. Normal, for those wanting a little challenge, I'm not going to do a Nightmare. Should I do hard? Yeah, let's do hard. I've played a bunch of RPGs. I generally know what I'm doing. This is the first one of the series. What's my volume of that? Alright. We'll run 10 here. Daddy's really late. I even got a message from the guild saying he'd be home today, too. He's probably dead. If the guild said something, he's probably dead. And Shara's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored. Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit before dinner. Hey, I'm home. Oh, he's not dead. Daddy! Sorry to have kept you waiting, Estelle. Nice mustache. Why are your eyes red in a creepy way? Did you take good care of the house while I was away? Of course I did. That was a hideous giggle. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you? Nope, I'm as fit as a fiddle. That reminds me, though, I brought you a present. Really? What kind of present? A new fishing pole? Sneakers? Something for my training? Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry? I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you go play outside with it on. Anyway, Daddy, what's with the big basket? Is that my present? Oh, you're a sharp one. Now why don't you come have a look? It's a child. What? Why are you giving your daughter a child? That sounded really weird. Hold up. I mean, it's a valid question, but it sounded less weird in my head. Well, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? Why is my president a boy? This is the burning question. Don't make such a fuss or you'll wake him up. Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? He looks kind of dead if you ask me. I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it. Okay. Oh, that's funny. He sure sleeps soundly, and he almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too. That's an interesting statement. Okay, so that means the area genetically doesn't have black hair. Or dark hair. He's talking a bit more along the lines of dark hair in general. So generally speaking, this area is primarily, I would guess, some variety of brown hair. Possibly blonde, but so far we only have these two, and obviously she's his daughter, but she's got lighter hair than he does. So I'm guessing that the village generally runs hair colors in range of yellow to brown, as a guess. And a pair of amber eyes to go with it. That's nice and all, but how about you come clean and fess up? Fess up? Yeah, who is this kid anyways? And why is he hurt? Why did you bring him to our house? Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray Mommy? Where have you been picking up these kinds of words? No doubt from what the hell is that name? Charizard. That's just how I'm going to pronounce it. Yep, that's right. For heaven's sake, that girl's going to get me into trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business, and I don't even know his name. You mean Bracer business? Something like that. Oh, look, at the time. Huh? He's waking up. What is Bracer business, by the way? Wow, his eyes really are the color of amber. Where am I? So you're awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please just try to rest. What are you trying to pull? Another logical question. Huh? You must be out of your mind. Why didn't you just leave me there to die? Why? Now that's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just worked out that way work for you? Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright. Cassius Bright? Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself involved in? Hey. Ooh, she stepped on him. That was impressive. You're sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that is just going to make it take longer for your body to heal. That was an interesting sentence. And just who are you supposed to be? I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright. She's my daughter. Don't you remember me telling you that I have a daughter your age? Now that you mention it. Wait a minute. Don't try and change the sub... Ooh, she's gonna kill him. Ow. Quit yelling. Alright already. But you jumping on me like that isn't going to make me heal any faster either. So she is literally jumping on him. Good to know. Alright, good. This is literal. I don't hear you yelling again, do I? Look, jumping on me like that is just going to make things worse. Do I hear yell? I'm sorry, she's actually spelling this. Do I hear Y-E-L-L-I-N-G? Never mind. Just forget it. As a word of... I can't speak today. This is the wrong day to play this game. As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. Yeah, I can see that. By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh? Your name. You know, that thing that people call you? The sass. I told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours? It seems like the logical thing to do, if you ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment. Fine. My name is... anyways. Are we having a flashback already? We are, aren't we? No, we're having a... sequence. That was... jiggy. Okay. That rising up into the sky made me feel kind of weird. For reference, I might have a genetic disposition towards vertigo, so sometimes things moving really quickly like this can be weird, but it only seems to happen when it's sky things. I was watching a movie, actually, a couple of nights ago where the characters were swirling around in a plane trying not to crash it. It was an old movie from, like, the 40s. That made me feel really gross. Don't smile at me like that. I didn't do anything. I'm assuming that's, yep, Cassius Bright. Dear Old Dead. Nice letter opener. Tarot cards. A pianist. So we have a Torchune feller, a pianist, Estelle, and the kid. The pianist with a gun. I mean, fair enough. Fisticuffs man. Probably some kind of monk-like character. He looked like a monk. I don't think letters actually twist like that, to be honest, but... okay. The hell is that? It's got an eyeball, whatever it is. Oh, that must be the famous bracer. What is a bracer? Oh, like, obviously it's arm guard, but... she was referring to it as some kind of specific thing, like, besides the piece of armor. Who the hell are you? The local falconer. Okay. The local inventor. Uh-huh. Building the... it's Cloud. Red-haired Cloud. That's basically who he is. Do we get the old lady? VSync might not have been the way to go here. The next time I kick this up, I might turn VSync off. I'm not sure. Because this is skipping occasionally, and I'm pretty sure that's a VSync issue. The local scholar, of course. I'm guessing a villainous soldier. Because soldiers never have eyeballs in these games for some reason. The local journalists. The local aristocracy. our main characters. Is that the holy beam of guiding light? I can tell you very little about what the hell that all meant. And where are we now, and when are we now? I'm assuming we had a time skip. That's Cassius, wearing slightly different clothes. And here we have... so bright in here. Yep, aged up, so we've had a time skip of some amount. Yawn. I slept like a rock. That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook this morning. I wonder if that means Joshua's still in bed. Ah, guess that's a no. Well, I guess I'd better get myself ready then, too. So, did he come with the ability to play the harmonica, or is that something he learned in the time skip? Questions that we really don't need the answer. Well, maybe. You never know when these kinds of things are important in JRPGs. They can get pretty convoluted. Nice, Joshua. Bravo. Good morning, Estelle. I hope I didn't wake you. Nah, I was already up when I heard you start to play. I can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Not that I mind. What with that siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber? What do you mean, woman? We're the same age and I'm hardly a man. How wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I am clearly THE woman of the house, and that makes you something like my loyal follower, wouldn't you agree? Yeah, how fortunate for you. You could at least try and sound a tiny bit sincere. It really is a nice tune, though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs, too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. That's a suspicious title. That's right, The Whereabouts of Light. That's going to be relevant later. I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use the staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It's really just a matter of concentration. You're probably right. I guess my problem is just that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel drowsy. Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff like reading and music. No girl is going to be impressed with just that. Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies. Although I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? That's enough talk about hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I'll believe that when I stop finding beetles in the hallway. Hey Estelle, Joshua. Beetles, huh? Morning, Dad. Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? Everyone's dad. It's the dad of the people. That also sounded more weird coming out of my lips than it did in my head. Anyways, moving on. It's ready and waiting. Why don't the both of you hurry on down before it gets cold? Why are your... Well, then again, her eyes are red too, so I guess it's not that weird. Okay. I'm on my way. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle? Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot. Well, make sure you get enough to eat, but don't forget to pour that energy into your work, too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? That's right. It'll be a review of everything we've learned up to this point. Ah, the tutorial. And once we're finished, we'll be bracers just like you, Dad. Ah, so they're kind of like, what, hunters? Odd jobsmen? That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore, either. You still lack understanding, Estelle, my apprentice. I mean, you can only become a junior bracer in the beginning, or in other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer. Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you, too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Let's not start a rivalry here, you two. And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later on today, remember? Huh? Wait, what test? Please tell me that you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've been learning and training. Don't you remember Shara saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework? Crap. Totally forgot. Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that. Don't sweat it. I'm sure we'll manage somehow or other. I honestly don't know how you've survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve. Papa is sad. How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? Ha! You're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you. I swear, the two of you act so much alike, but whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Shara's going to be waiting there for us. Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting. Is there chests in here that I could open? Oh, before I forget, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time. My turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular you'd like to eat, Dad? Any requests? Something I'd like to eat, huh? How about Rouen-style scalloped fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce? What's that? I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle. Or our stomachs. You're right. I just wanted to see what kind of reaction I could get. I'll just have the usual fried fish and omelet. No need for anything fancy, but do try to make something edible. How rude. But I can't actually say he's wrong. Actually, I do have one favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick me up a copy of the Liberal News. I'm going to have a really hard time not saying liberal. From the general goods store. They're supposed to be getting the latest edition in today. Got it. One copy of the Liberal News from the general goods store. 500 mira. How much is that relative? If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending. Alright, thanks, Dad. Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad. Work hard and give Charizard my regards. Okay, well, we have HP, which means we're in line to fight. Alright, so that's the menu button. Do we have equipment? Staff and vest. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta select. Okay, there we go. Range +1. Okay, I have a vague idea what that is based on the one time that I played the game. The one game that I played on PSP. Hold on, wait a minute. Strength 4. Strength 3. Okay, so he doesn't have range +1, but he has slightly more damage. She's a bit more defensive. Okay, what the hell is an Orbmond? I don't know what that is. Tactics. Character position, battle position, set S-break. I don't know what an S-break is. Okay. Did we save anywhere? It seems so. That's helpful. A father's love, a new beginning. Okay, let's check around for chests. That's outdoors. We don't want to do that. Can we poke things? What? Oh, I'm resting in the bed. That was a really long distance away to activate that. Look at this distance. The hell is that? Anyways. Confirms that the A button is, in fact... Oh, wait, a chest. Open the chest. Open the chest. I can't open the chest. What do you mean I can't open the chest? Damn it, that's... Betrayal of the highest order. Doesn't seem like I can poke anything, though, so... Alright. Can I run faster? That was not the move. Is there any kind of... Well, let me go outside before I start testing to see if I can run faster. Okay, that's camera position, which is helpful. Oh, I can run faster. Hello. Now, is this only outdoors, or does this apply indoors, too? It does apply indoors. Okay. That's really nice, though. Now, I know this is technically a remaster. I wonder if they added this for that. The Elise Highway. I assume this is where we start having random encounters. Are these visible enemies, or are these non-visible? West Bright House. What's over here? North Roland. South Garoon Gate. I don't think I'm supposed to be going this way. Are you going to stop me if I try? Estelle, Roland City is in the opposite direction. You're not sleepwalking again, are you? How about you just be quiet and keep your comments to yourself? Okay, so that is a little different. Okay, so we're not going to be able to go that way. Doesn't seem like there's randomized encounters here, but I could be wrong. Maybe there just aren't any enemies here. The city of Roland. Children, always a bad sign. It looks like we made good time. Not too early or too late either. We just barely graduated from Sunday school. I never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers. Well, you're in luck. Today is our last day of training. Truth be told, though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place, so I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort. Oh yeah, I guess I did. Alright then, let's get to it and make it through this last hazing from Shara. You look ready to me. Let's go meet with Shara at the Bracer Guild over there then. Elgar Arms and Guards. Okay. Top of the morning to you, kids. Good morning, Mr. Elgar. Good morning, sir. Well, you're up rather early, aren't you? Correct me if I'm wrong, but today is your last day of training, isn't it? I seem to remember you saying something about it the last time I had you run the store. Yes, that's right. I see. Well, I'm sure you'll do just fine, Joshua. Now, Estelle, on the other hand, I've got good reason to worry. She's always been a bit scatterbrained ever since she was a child. Probably all the knocks she took to the head playing with the boys. Really? So I guess that scatterbrained trait is in something new, huh? I'll give you a head injury if you don't shut up. And don't call me scatterbrained. Okay, you two, let's not fight now. And shouldn't you be getting over to the guild? I can't buy? It seems like just yesterday that Estelle was clinging all over Cassius, and now she's a bracer. It looks like I'm getting old. Do you say anything different? No. Okay. Can I shop? It can. What does cash in Sepith? The hell is a Sepith? Oh! Okay. I don't know the significance of this, but it has something to do with Orbment, I know. The Pile Rod, that increases her damage by like 4. It increases his by 3. Prevents poison, blind, sleep. Okay. Now we're going to leave that be for now, because I don't know what kind of items I'm going to find out in the wild either. Good morning, Stella. Oh, my. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua. Are you on your way to bracer training? Yeah, and just you watch. I'm going to pass this exam and be as good of a bracer as Shara, too. You're darn right you are. I have faith in you. By the way, Estelle. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Did you wash your face? How about your teeth? Did you brush them too? Joshua's so fastidious, but you always forget to take care of yourself. Come on, that was a long time ago. I don't do that anymore, right, Joshua? Now that you mention it, you did take off from home the other day with your hair all in a mess, right? That was only because it was an emergency. Mr. Reinen got the newest Strega brand sneakers in on that day. Estelle. Yes. You listen to me carefully. For a girl your age, you need to take care of these things. If your appearance is messy, you won't look like someone that people can trust, even if you are a bracer. This is a fair point. This is actually a fair point. I was originally thinking that Stella was going with the route of boys won't like you. She may still go into this, but I was originally thinking that that was going to be the point, but she is actually making an extremely valid point that people are fairly inconsistent with talking about in real life. In order to gain the trust of people you're supposed to be working with, you have to look professional and presentable. This is a fair point. Your appearance is a reflection of what is on the inside. Alright, I'll be more careful from now on. Well, that's that. Now, how about the both of you get on over to the guild? Man, you just can't argue with her. No, she's right. She's absolutely right. If Estelle expects to be successful as a bracer, which seems to me to kind of be like odd jobs people who just kind of do what regular people can't, it's very likely that she will need to look presentable for that, because otherwise they're going to think she's just some homeless bum pretending to be a bracer. The morning air is so crisp and fresh. Let's see, it's about time I water my lovely flowers. Okay, so you aren't going to say anything new. These must be the lovely flowers. Fair enough. There's someone back there I should probably try talking to. Maybe I can get some information. Good morning, Mr. Reinen. Hello there, Estelle and Joshua. You're up rather early today. Did you come to buy a new pair of shoes? Now that you mention it, are there any new ones in stock? You know, like the newest Stregas? Unbelievable. You've actually already forgotten why we came in here to begin with. We're not here to shop. We're supposed to be buying a copy of the Liberal News for Dad, right? Of course. Haha, you've always been a big collector of those shoes, haven't you, Estelle? I'm afraid that the new Stregas aren't out yet. If you're after the latest issue of the Liberal News, though, I should have them in around noon. Noon, huh? That's right in the middle of our training at the guild house. We'll stop by again after our training is over. Sure, I'll be waiting for you. That's nice. So the two of you are going to be bracers, are you? I'm jealous. I wanted to be a bracer when I was a kid, too. You could probably say that every boy in Liberal wants to be a bracer at least once in their lives, except that this one's a girl. Why do you have to make such a big deal out of things, Joshua? There are other female bracers like Shara, too. I didn't mean it in a bad way. Well, hang in there and study hard. When I get my copies of the Liberal News in, I'll set one aside for you. So what kind of items do you actually sell? I know it's a general store, but healing, status cure, revive, ingredients. Okay, so we have cooking here. Alright. Whatever the hell EP is. The usual stuff. Okay. And ingredients, which wasn't useful information. What do you say? The weather is so wonderful and revitalizing today. I have this strange feeling that something good is going to happen. I didn't want to do that. Okay, so it's not often that people have new things to say. Well, look at what the cat dragged in. Estelle and Joshua, how have you been? Good morning, Mr. Fate. Good morning, sir. How's your father, Cassius? Is he doing well? Yep, he's doing so well it might even surprise you. I don't think there's anyone else his age who's in such good shape. Haha, is that so? My daughter's really wanted to see him, but he hasn't shown his face around here in a while. Could you give him a message for me? Tell him that Fate says he'd like to talk about the old days sometimes. Sure, we'll tell him. Hey, Joshua, how does Mr. Fate know Dad so well again? I know they're friends and all, but I've heard that they were battle buddies during their days in the Royal Army. Oh yeah, that's right. Alright, can we go up the ladder? No. Okay. Ah, okay, that's what the other door is. What's in here? No chests? Let's see here. It looks like my husband's gone to work. I'd better do the housework quickly and head out to take care of the shopping. Okay, yeah, you're not going to say anything new. Farming, mining, and timber. Those are the three major industries here in Roland. Okay. Good, hardworking people. It's no exaggeration to say that these industries are what support Roland economically. The timber industry, which grows forests and in turn uses the trees as a resource, began at Queen Alicia's behest. No matter how abundant the woods and forests are here in Roland, they're not limitless. Her Majesty the Queen has a good head on her shoulders and a real knack for business. Okay, so Queen... What was that, Queen? I want to know that name. Queen... What was it? Queen Alicia? I believe? Some variety of Alice. My daddy's job is digging holes, and he finds lots of pretty rocks inside. He says they're called septium. Okay, but what is a septium? My husband works in the Malga mine to the north of here. He left here at the crack of dawn. Sometimes he doesn't even come home for days on end. I hope he doesn't get burned out from working so much. I'm always worrying about that. No chests here, apparently. What's out here? Oh, it's a bridge. Hold on, I want to go out the other side first, because that was a dead end. I want to make sure there's nothing out here I can't grab. Doesn't look like it. Okay. You're not a small child. Ah, that girl is so cute. I've got to be courageous and try to talk to her. Okay. Have you, tried actually doing so? Boxes. Okay. There's nothing else up here that I can look at. There's a door back here, which we'll go in. Melder's Orbital Factory. Okay. Hey, I'm still setting up shop. Ah, Stella and Joshua. You seem to be here rather early. Good morning, Mr. Melders. Good morning, sir. We appreciate you fixing the orbit light the other day. Speaking of orbit lights, isn't the one outside our house burned out? We should get that replaced ASAP. Orbits sure are a daily life necessity, aren't they? When I was a lad, there weren't any of these orbit thingies. Now we can get fire and light with the mere flip of a switch, and even ships fly in the skies. So they're like light bulbs. It seems to be like an electrical thing. I don't like it. Don't you kids think things are way too convenient these days? Oh crap, there it goes again about the old days. Yeah, well, if you just learned to shut your big trap. When I was young, I made things a reality through hard work and sweat. Sweat, I tell you. It would be nice if the young kids these days knew the meaning of the phrase hard work. Ah ha ha ha, you're probably right. You hear me just still, Joshua? Don't forget what it means to stand on your own 2 feet. But you work in an Orbman shop. Hey, if it isn't Joshua and Estelle? How are those Orbmans working out for you that we tuned the other time you were here? In your case, Estelle, it's not whether the Orbman is good or bad. The problem lies in the way you use it. You're always jumping into things without a second thought, so you end up being slow to learn. If you just start thinking before you start swinging, then you'd learn twice as much. Well, excuse me for sucking. There, no need to get upset. Everyone has these problems when they first start out. If you can get the hang of things, you'll gradually be able to handle them better. That's right. I'm going to master using this as quick as I can and surpass even Joshua. Yeah, whatever. When I first encountered the Zeus Crystal Central. No. The Zeus Central Factory, I pretty much couldn't use one of these things either. Even you couldn't use one, Freddy? Yeah, but I can still become an engineer even if I can't use one. But since you're aiming to become a bracer, you'll have to learn how. Arg. But everyone has a bit of trouble getting the hang of battle orbments from the start. If you can get the hang of things, eventually you'll be able to handle them better, Estelle. Alright, but what are orbments actually? Oh! Oh, I see. Ah, alright. I think I'm beginning to get a little bit of an idea here. I don't have any septith, so you have to make them out of septith. Okay. I'll have to see how much I can get from battle. I'm not going to really know what the economy is like until I get into my first fight. Good morning, Claire. Good morning, Estelle and Joshua. Did the two of you really become bracers? What? How did you know? That's because working in the media is my future goal. I'm going to join the Liberal News Service and work hard as a reporter. Don't take my information lightly either. Oh, sure thing. My gut feeling says that the two of you are going to be in the tabloids. Well, thanks. Isn't it romantic that you two lovers are bracers who stand for justice? I have this feeling that a juicy drama is about to unfold. Lovers? Joshua and I aren't lovers, we're family. You really don't understand anything, Estelle. Joshua was adopted, and things go their way in the future, right? Joshua's adopted. Damn it. Plus, leaving it at that would surely please the readers. Readers? Anyway, I'm looking forward to the both of you in more ways than one. She is a scary child, but she's also an awesome character. I'm going in here first. That other place looks like a store. What's in here? What's up here? Hello? Unbelievable. My husband knocked over his bookshelves again. The room is now so dusty, I can't go inside. Okay, so you aren't going to say anything. All right. That boy. Where could Luke have gone? He took off without a bite of breakfast. Okay, so if I can find Luke, that's probably a good thing. All right, so we're keeping an eye out for Luke, maybe. Glory of the Kingdom, Compendium of Orbment Technology, Guide to the Roland Region, the Septian Church, and the Bracer Guild. I wonder where that book I just bought the other day went. It looks like I'm going to have to put these books in order. And what do we have here? The Joy of Cooking Monsters? Did I really buy this? The Joy of Cooking Monsters, nice. Alright, let's go into this other, apparently, store. It's a bar. I should have been in here first. The Abend Bar. Simon, listen to me and listen well. Right now is the time for us to purchase lumber and septium. Ignoring the potential risks, I'm going to buy as much as I can with the budget. My aim is to capitalize on the Queen's birthday celebration. I believe the prices of these goods will rise before and after the festival. It would be best to stock up on these commodities while they're cheap and then put them onto the market later. That's not a bad idea. She's definitely not wrong about things being higher priced before. Welcome. Oh, Estelle and Joshua? It's been a while, hasn't it, Alyssa? Is there something going on today? Could it be that you're on a date together? Yeah, right. We're actually on our way to bracer training now. Oh, is that all? Everyone from Sunday school seems to have decided on a career or goal and is working hard to achieve it. As expected, you're a bit different than everyone else, though. What? Is there something wrong with that? No, not at all. I just thought it was very like you to pick the unusual route, that's all. Oh, that's right. Tio decided that she was going to help out at her parents' farm. She even said for us all to go up and visit her sometime. So that's what Tio decided on, huh? Okay. Anyway, good luck, Estelle. Yep. Yes, I've already made arrangements regarding the lumber. I'm looking into the septium right now. I've already made arrangements regarding lumber and... Oh, he's just saying the same thing. Okay. Crunch, smack, slurp. Chew, chew, chew. Munch, munch, munch. Gulp. I get so hungry working in the mines. Okay. Oh. I started working here because the owner said he'd let me manage the bar. After they started the morning and lunch service, however, I've been more of a waiter than anything else. Okay, so what do you sell? Ingredients, I assume. Whole meals. Oh, but I can cook them myself if I know the recipe. That's interesting. Okay, so I don't necessarily need to buy food, but I can if I don't know the recipes. That's fairly interesting. What's back here? Yo, Estelle and Joshua. Aren't you a pair of early birds today? Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Denzel. In response to the requests of my customers, I started offering breakfast. Today's special is wholesome pasta. It's superbly al dente. Alright, so, now my burning question is, and I want to do this for I can't really do this necessarily for comparison's sake without a recipe. I need to find a recipe for a shop. I need to find a recipe that I can buy, and then find out how much the ingredients cost comparatively speaking. Let's see, yesterday's sales totaled... our breakfast service has been going really well. Sometimes my husband comes up with some good ideas. That's lovely for you, but where are all the chests? I'm really on a hunt for chests. Oh, children. Let's talk to them just in case. Well, that's... Wait, this is Luke! I'm the one who discovered it. I'm the one who discovered what? Okay. Oh, they're up to no good. Alright. I'm not going to be able to get anything else out of them for the moment, though. What's this? The chapel. Okay. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning. My, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua. Good morning. Where are you off to this morning? It must be tough waking up so early. What do you got to say for yourself? It has been a while since I saw the both of you. I'm impressed to see you visiting the chapel so early in the morning. Good morning, Father Divine. That's a scarily appropriate name for a priest. Good morning. You were habitually late and played hooky more than a few times during your Sunday school days, Estelle. So have you changed your attitude on life since you graduated? Ah ha ha, a bit, I guess. It looks like there is a little time before morning mass begins. So how about I give you both a special sermon? No thanks. Why am I getting thrown into the mix here? Do you have chests sitting around here? It's almost time for mass. Mylene is already here, so I'd best hurry along. Alright. Alright. These are not doors. Okay. That's the exit out of town. I'm guessing this... Oh, no, this is the hotel. Alright. Can I just wander into any room? I can. These are nice places. The hell? That's a nice room. Welcome to the Hotel Roland. Are you here to spend the night? Vern? It's us, don't you remember? Haha, I know. I was just joking, Estelle. I was practicing my greeting just now. Oh, really? Did you ever notice that Vern teases people with a straight face while being courteous at the same time? It's probably because he can. You know, Estelle, if you pass your exam, you'll be the second female bracer here in Roland after Charizard. Oh, and good luck to you too, Joshua. Alright. Just burst into some random rooms really quick. Nobody here. Nobody staying here. Despite the absurd large size... Wait, the clock tower. What is this? Septine Calendar 1075, erected in partnership with the Liberal Royal Family, Septine Church, and Roland City. Septine Calendar 1192, destroyed during the 100 Days War when Roland was bombarded by the Erebonian Imperial Army. Alright, so there's theoretically tension between Roland and Erebonia. Septine Calendar 1197, rebuilt with the cooperation of the citizens of Roland. Interesting. Mr. Paddington! No, I know that voice from somewhere. Ho, ho, ho. Well, what have we got here? Cassius's naughty daughter and clever son, huh? Just when I thought you hadn't been around in a while, you show up all grown. Are you here every day, Mr. Paddington? This place has become somewhat of a new home for me. I intend to spend the remainder of my days guarding this clock. Guarding it from what? Why do you need to guard the clock? Can I go up? I can. There's a ladder that goes up to the observation deck. What's wrong, Estelle? Something on your mind? It's nothing, really. How about we climb up to the observation deck? Sure, I guess. Why did we come up here? That was weird. Okay. Let me see. There's a building there. That's the gate out of town. That's actually the port. That's fine. We don't need to go there right now. It's almost time to start our training, Estelle. Let's head over to the guild house on the South Avenue. Oh, all right. South Avenue. So, theoretically... Okay, but where is this South Avenue? Those are where I came in. Oh, wait, hold on. It's this red building here. Derp. Anything back here? Wait, did I just... Oh, there's a child here. Oh, Estelle and Joshua. Good morning, Uni. Aren't Luke and Pat with you today? They were here just a minute ago. The two of them suddenly took off and went somewhere. I wonder where Luke and Pat went. Alright, so they know... Luke and Pat know some place that I probably will need to know in the future. There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Morning, Aina. Good morning. Is Shara here already? Yes, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to the both of you. Thanks. We'll do our best. Yeah, it looks like that they take odd jobs. These would be the posters' requests by clients. Okay. So that, I was kind of correct on this. Oh, it's Tarot Girl. The Star and the Hanged Man, the Hermit and the Magician, and last of all, Inversion through the Wheel of Fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, Shara. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua, this is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. Since it's my last day of training, I figured, why not? I'm ready to get this show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm, but I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that high-spirited attitude of yours holds up. I hope you're ready. I can feel that enthusiasm dropping already. Quiet, you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head instead of letting it dribble out of your ears like it usually does. Oh, wow, Joshua, Shara's picking on me. Don't worry, Shara. While Estelle may hate studying, and rarely ever does her homework, acts rashly, is overly naive, and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything, her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an orbment with some practice. Eventually. Probably. I guess there's not much I can do now, except hope for the best. Hold on a sec, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all of your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Shara, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Oh, this? I was just trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in the near future. Whose near future? Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. You couldn't read the cards? Now that's surprising to hear. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. This is common sense, Charizard. But that's not important now. I think it's time we start your final training. I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we've covered in your previous training. This is the minimal level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively. And, Estelle, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. What would you like to know about? I can guess most of this, but the orbments I have serious questions on. About orbments. Orbments are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as orbal energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and the type of quartz or processed septium installed. Although it's only been about 50 years since their invention, these devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, and other everyday products to weapons, magic, and even airships. In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as the Orbal Revolution. Okay. I'm guessing I know this. Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. Alright, so they're kind of like perpetual mercenaries. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. So they're a hybrid. Okay, they're a hybrid between mercenaries and cops. The Bracer Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the bracers in each region. The Kingdom of Liberl, in which we live, sits on the western half of the Zemurian continent and abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Liberl is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium on the continent and is known for its high level of technology used to develop orbments. Orbment technology has also been a key pillar of support for Liberl in protecting its independence as it has contended with neighboring nations. 10 years ago, when Liberl was invaded by the Erebonian Empire, 10 years ago, so this is year 1207? Or so, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive, but thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberl enjoys peace. Okay, that was fairly useful information, actually. Let's see, since we've got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practical portion of your training. Shara, how's today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, that means you will be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I'm going to have the both of you run through everything as if this were a real bracer job. So what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at a desk involved? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'll make sure to have you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes, that's seriously just what the doctor ordered. I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at a desk. I guess I got all worried for nothing. Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle. Let's just hope that smile on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Alright. Not even remotely close to the words she actually said. Pardon me. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Let's have at it. Your first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you will be performing, but before that, there is something that we need to give the both of you. Aina, are they ready? Yes, they are. Alright, you two, go get one for each of yourselves. What are they? These are very important, so make sure not to lose them. Bracer Notebook. I feel that on a spiritual level. Bracer Notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of your current jobs. Also, anything you may hear or anything you may find and where, these kinds of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down. Understood. Crap, this sounds like it's going to be a pain. Oh? Please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. I'm sure there were two. Keeping an accurate account of events is an important duty for all bracers. So get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle. Okay, I got it. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over by the door. You can see that there's a bulletin board standing there. First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there. When the bulletin board is approached, a question... That's That's not a question mark. It's an exclamation mark. When the bulletin board is approached, a exclamation mark will appear. Pressing the OK button will display the job list. By selecting the job names on the list, you can view their details. Now, out of curiosity, okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Huh. I know what these are. Oh, wait, attack range. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Okay. Huh. Recipe can be learned by eating food at a restaurant or eating food items. Ingredients can be bought at a store or acquired from monsters. Sit-down meals eaten where purchased effects extend to all. To go can be used as items in the inventory. So I have to actually eat the food to learn the recipe. Okay. That's important information to know. Is there anything else I should really know? I don't know enough about orbments and orbment arts yet, and I don't have any 7th. Magic setup. Orbment slots 1 through 6 are connected by the lines which extend out from the central slot, which is 1. In a stealth situation, the slots 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 6, 5 are separated into 2 lines. Yep. After a quartz is installed, the elemental value of the line it is on will be calculated. See 7. Yep. When a line's elemental value total reaches the necessary elemental value for a certain art, that art can then be utilized. Ah, that's what this is. This is the amount of... Okay, I get it now. That's... nice. Okay. And then we have ones for stats. Yep, alright. So quartz increases stats, and each quartz has certain elemental affiliations. Okay. No, I get this. Each status orbment has a default 10% chance, except for Death Blow 2, which is guaranteed, but the quartz breaks. It doesn't look like I can craft those, so that's probably something I find in the field. EP Cut is a very specific combination. Alright, and then we have various stat boosts, which range from 1, 2, or 3 times. Cast 1, time to cast arts is cut and greatly cut. Interesting. Okay. The attack quartz seem to be not that great because they actually trade attack for defense. So that might not be something I want, but other than that... Okay. No, I understand this. Yep. Unique abilities for each character, which are learned when a certain level is reached. In order to use a craft, CP, craft points, is required. CP is gained by dealing out or receiving damage during battle. S-crafts are devastating moves that can only be used when the CP gauge is 100+. Used at 200 CP max, they'll dish out maximum damage. I see. Okay. S-breaks. Actions which allow S-crafts to be unleashed immediately, regardless of the battle order. During battle, press left or right to select, then press the break button to unleash the attack. S-crafts which will be unleashed as S-breaks can be changed by going to Tactics and then set S-break in the main menu. Okay. Poison receive damage. Seal cannot attack or use crafts. Petrify doesn't wear off. Instant death on the next attack. Interesting. Okay. Most of these are self-explanatory. Immune. All damage ineffective. 1 time only. Okay. Okay. Pay. Oh, I see. When the total BP reaches a fixed amount. Okay, so I want to be doing as many jobs as possible so I can theoretically get to information, perceive enemy status, which definitely seems like something I would want. Okay. No, that is useful. Okay, I don't know enough about the... Here we are in Roland. That's fine. Okay. Retrieval. 500 Mira. This training will involve searching the sewers beneath Roland and bringing back the contents of a chest. Yeah. Details of the job confirmed on the bulletin board and other important events will be automatically recorded in the Bracer Notebook. The Bracer Notebook can be easily found by clicking on the Books tab of the Items menu. It can also be accessed by configuring a Bracer Book shortcut button on the Configuration menu. Very good. It looks like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a Bracer performs on the job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for Bracers. Man, all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style. Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there is an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I think being a Bracer calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude. I guess you're right. I'll just have to be more motivated. The hell is that? Highs! That so? Had a change of heart, have you? You betcha! Well, before all that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task. What will we be doing this time? We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's Orbital Factory and learning about how to use its services. He has graciously taken time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. Okay. We'll fortunately teleport there. Here is where you will learn how to use an Orbital Factory's services. At an Orbital Factory, you can modify your orbments and synthesize support quartz in order to use Orbital Arts. Arts have a wide range of effects and if mastered can be extremely helpful. The Bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has had a long-standing relationship with these Orbital Factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Melders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here? No problem, leave everything to me. So, what is it that you would like to know about? Just Orbital Arts. Well, no, I suppose I can learn about all of them. I know what orbments are at this point. Simply put, Orbital Arts are magic which can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle orbments. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the orbital energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since Orbital Arts can be a mouthful, they are almost universally referred to as arts. Probably ought to have been called that from the get-go. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, their corresponding quartz must first be synthesized at an Orbital Factory. Orbments are also set up so that once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. The type of arts one can use also changes depending on the elemental value in the combination of installed quartz. Basically, if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install quartz with a water elemental value. In reality, orbments are much more complex than what I have described, but I think this information should suffice for now. So what is it that we'd like to know about? Let's go over orbments. Orbments... Okay, yeah, I was correct. Since each orbment is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structures for these devices also differ for each owner. Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be opened at an Orbital Factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of Sepith, too. EP, which is needed for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. So what is it that we'd like to know about? Okay. What about quartz? Quartz are circuits made from Sepith. Quartz have a vast number of effects and raise the owner's abilities while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. However, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until quartz has been installed into a slot. However, there are also fixed slots in which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be installed. This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your orbment and decide where you will be installing it ahead of time. So what is it? Let's talk about Sepith. Sepith are fragments of septium, which are dropped by monsters. They are divided into 7 types: Earth brown, Water blue, Fire red, Wind green, Time black, Space gold, and Mirage silver. Sepith can be exchanged for Mira almost anywhere, but at the Orbital Factory it can be used to synthesize quartz and to open orbment slots in which to install the synthesized quartz. So what is it you would like to know about? I think that's about all I need to know. Okay. It looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions. If there's nothing else, then let's have you both try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some Sepith. Received several of each type of elemental Sepith. With that amount, you two should be able to synthesize a few quartz. Now I want you to begin by first making an elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular orbments. In your case, Estelle, any elemental quartz is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be a time elemental quartz. Normally at a shop, you would be able to exchange Sepith for Mira, but for this training, you will not be able to use the service. Upon approaching the counter, a talk mark will appear. Pressing the OK button will display a list of options. Select Modify or Trade to use the Orbital Factory's services. Alright. Oh, good work so far. If you need to use the Orbital Factory, give Freddy a holler over here. Oh, Freddy. Modified trade. No, we have to quartz first. Okay, so they do remind you of what they are. So for Estelle, she can run anything. Now, I already mentioned that I don't want attack orbments because... I'm sorry, not orbments. Quartz because it reduces defense. Agility +1. I'm going to do HP for... Should I do HP for Estelle? Or should I do defense? Well, HP is theoretically a higher number, so I think I'd get more out of the HP specifically. So we'll make an HP quartz, and then we'll make an action one because it has to be a time one for Joshua, so we have to make an action one. And then we slot these. Okay, wait, how do I slot them? Hold on. Why isn't it letting me slot? I have one of each of these in my inventory. Yep. But I cannot... I know that has already been opened. Alright, it looks like you're able to synthesize one. Next, I want you to increase the arts you can use. Now install a quartz into your orbments so that you can use both recovery and attack arts. Quartz can be installed in the orbment screen. The orbment screen can be utilized by selecting the orbment tab. Oh, I have to actually go into my menu for this. Okay. Tear and Aqua Bleed. Okay, or unless that's Tear. I don't know. Clock Up and Soul Blur. Sounds cool. Sure. Alright, it looks like you've got both recovery and attack arts set up. If you balance your arts out between each other, like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. Additionally, your Bracer notebooks contain information about which quartz allow you to use which arts. If you'd like to use more powerful arts, check out the arts and quartz charts in your Bracer notebooks, and find something that works for you. Alright, our training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open a new slot in your orbments. The more slots you have available to you, the broader range of choices you'll have. Since EP, which is consumed by using arts, can have its max value increased by opening up slots, it would be a good idea to open them all early on. Now, I want you to use this Sepith and open a slot on each of your orbments. Go ahead and decide which slots you're going to open. Right, good, okay. So, nope. Let me see. For Estelle, we definitely want to do this one, because this eventually will wind up being 3. For Joshua, we'll also... This is 4 in a row. Alright, we'll definitely be busting that out. I don't have Sepith for that. Okay, never mind then. I see you've managed to open one of your orbment slots, Estelle. Since your central slot is not limited to a particular elemental, you are free to install any type of quartz you like. This concludes your training here at the Orbital Factory. Now it's time to move on to what you've both been waiting for, the qualification test. Pardon? Did you just say test? You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you? Didn't I remind you just this morning? Ah, now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk along those lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Oh well, no sense in worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area. You mean, like, now? I don't know if I'm ready for. How about a little less yapping and a little more walking? Joshua, help me! Mr. Melders, Freddy, thank you for all your help. Don't mention it, and good luck with that test of yours. We'll be rooting for you. I'm going to remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua. All your training has finally come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point. Understood. What's wrong, Estelle? Shara? What now? I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something? Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? You just read what it said on the bulletin board not that long ago, right? Yeah, and? And I even made you jot down what you read in your Bracer notebooks. Unless you forgot that too. I'm pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. Oh, divine Idios? I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon us such wonderful gifts as sewers. So what you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test? No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital Factory. I can already feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in a classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll even be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, that's enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test, so how about the both of you try to at least look a little anxious? Just so you know, though, if you do happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you. Heh. We'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, then how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test? Anyways, as you both saw on the bulletin board, this test will be a search conducted in Roland's sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which has been placed somewhere within that area. The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so you don't need to worry about getting lost either. However, there are real, living, breathing monsters down there, so if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. A tier bomb. A monster guide. What's this book for? It's called a monster guide, and it's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. But whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in there. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. You've really got a good head on your shoulders, Joshua. That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Shara. We'll put it to good use. Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knock out this test. Let's. Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure we treat it as such. Right, let's do a test fight. That's a monster there. There appears to be a recovery point set up over there. Let's use it if our HP and EP become low before engaging in any further battles. Orbit charging stations are recovery points set up in dangerous areas. As a recovery point is approached, an exclamation mark will appear and two choices will be displayed by pressing the OK button. By selecting the rest option, all HP and EP will be restored. Sounds like a plan to me. What are the other options? Leave. Got it. Alright, let's really quickly save before I get into my first fight, because I don't know how tough this is. I'm on hard difficulty, so... The hell is that? Monsters at 12 o'clock. Be careful not to let them take advantage of your blind side. Got it. Monsters cannot be seen from far away. They will become visible as you approach them. The conditions at the start of a battle will change depending on how a monster is engaged. Engaging an enemy from behind is advantageous, while being attacked by an enemy from behind is disadvantageous. Okay. There's two of them. Hint. Battle order bar indicates who attacks first. It starts from the top, moves down. Alright. So we would move. Okay, this is very similar to the PSP. We'll split up, gang. Now, I'm betting he has a range of 1. Attack an enemy. You may also use it to move. If you are using a mouse and click an empty location, the highlighted area indicates the distance a character can move. Selecting a target in the area will allow it to attack. Yep. Oh, hold on. That is a lot larger of a range than I was expecting. Oh, it's a move and attack. Oh. So you can move and attack at the same time. I did not know that. Yes, and the range parameter is very specifically how many tiles away. Okay. So she can theoretically attack from 2 tiles away. Diagonal seems to be 1 tile. So, in theory, yeah, he can theoretically attack this creature because diagonal is 1 tile. That's interesting. Okay. That's fine. I understand this. We have good information on the dirty rats. These are absolutely not rats. Rats don't look like this. These are little bipedal rams. A chest.
We rule.
Okay. Okay. So you get pretty small amounts of set bits, which doesn't really bother me too much. Got a juicy bone. Did we get any money for that? We did not. Alright, so Mira is going to be harder to acquire than I expected because those monsters did not drop any Mira. So this is one of those games that does not drop Mira necessarily. What is a juicy bone? An essential ingredient for soup broth. It is used in numerous dishes. Okay, so once I'm done with the test, I'm actually going to end the episode here at this point. It's been an hour, and I think this is a good point to stop. But what I am going to have to do after I finish this sewer area is I'm definitely going to have to go and deliberately go out of my way to eat all of that food that was in the bar, because apparently that's how I learn recipes. As far as I know, there are 4 recipes there. Maybe one of them is the same, maybe one of them is a go-to version of the sit-down, but either way, I should probably know them. So, I will need to eat those 3, which means I'll have to be spending Mira on that. I'm wondering what, I sell Septim, that's right. Sepith, excuse me, I keep calling them Septims from Skyrim. But I have to sell Sepith, which is going to be interesting. So I will be constantly having to manage my Sepith and trying to figure out when I'll want to use it for quartz and when I'll want to use it for cash. That is an interesting point. Alright, so the money management is going to be a little bit more difficult than I was expecting. But that's fine. I work in finance. This shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's all about resource management. And growing strong enough to actually take on any potential issue. Okay. I got this in the bag. With that being said, thank you all very much for joining me. If you would like this, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, please ignore me. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, ideas, suggestions, or requests, please leave them down in the comment section below. And thank you all very much for joining me, and have a great 24 hours.